6 years old?
Yes, I'm not nice.
A little 6-year-old girl?
I'm not nice.
You can see it coming.
I don't.
No, I
All
don't
right.
play that. Anyway, we are back with Nate Coles, who also has daughters.
I do. A few of them, a couple of them. Yeah. I
Don't
love
ask
you.
for a specific number.
Are you protective of your girls like
Yeah,
that?
of course,
See?
definitely.
That's
You
right.
have to be.
Mamas are
Especially
protective
this
of
day
their
and age.
boys. Yeah. Slam the door.
I love your living room keys.
I appreciate it. I
great.
appreciate it. What's weird is when Bob comes in at 5 a.m. every morning and sets up the cameras.
Yeah.
But you know,
Just in the living room.
You get used to it. You get used to it.
So, okay.
What did we learn about the blue cylinder?
Okay, well, just wait. Okay, because I have to set this up.
Go.
Nate
Whatever,
thought he
do
was
it.
coming on to talk about his business, but I have to tell the story again. So I'm a Marine, and I have this thing about going and getting fixed. You know, you just suck it up and rub some salt on it and go about your business. But I ended up having this major sciatic issue, and it was major. And Nate kept saying, "Angelina, get in here. Let me
during
take
a show.
it." Yes, and so I was like, no. And I was walking down the platform in my heels, and my whole left leg went numb, and I went, oh, that's not good. So I finally went to go and see you, and really wish I had seen you earlier, because all that pain that I had been suffering through could have been gone in like 15 minutes. I think 15,
Sure.
20 minutes
Yeah.
you worked on me. So yeah, magic hands, hearing just the adjustment. Oh my gosh.
And I heard you telling that story I got rescheduled from last Monday, and I got into the drive-thru at Dunkin' Donuts to get my coffee, and I just flipped on the show on Facebook, and I hear you saying my name, and I had a mini freak out because I'm like, am I supposed to be there? Are they stalling for time because they're expecting me to walk right in the door? I was breaking out in cold sweats. It was hilarious.
It was funny because Keith last week said, Angelina, why are you telling that story?
Yeah.
You know, what are you going to
It's
say
like,
next
why are
week?
they saying my name? This
I'm
is
going to
not good.
repeat the story. But also my son, major back issue to the point where he couldn't breathe. And went in and saw you. And again, within 20, 30 minutes, that was the first thing he said to me was, oh my gosh, Mom, I can breathe.
And he had to get fixed quickly.
Yeah, because he was on his way out back to California and was going through some rigorous training right after that. So talk to us about chiropractic.
Well, the gist of it is, we have a spine, a ton of small joints going down our vertebral column with our spinal cord in the middle, coming from our brain. The nerve roots come out of your spinal column, go to your extremities, go to all your organs, everything else. And, just throughout life, whether it be sitting at a computer all day or digging ditches or just gravity pulling down on us all the time, we're going to, as they said down in Pamlico County, we're going to get all stove up. So you build up scar tissue within your muscles, you get muscle spasms, you get improper posture, you'll see the forward-leaning stuff. And actually within the joints, you can get spinal restrictions. And so, some days you'll wake up and you just feel, I can't check my blind spot like I used to be able to. I got a kink in my neck. And, over time even, people will not even realize how decreased the range of motion becomes, how tight they become. And even, after a first adjustment, especially like a cervical or a low back adjustment, people say, oh my gosh, I had no idea that I even lost that much range of motion. It's kind of a slow, insidious process over time that you just, you go through your life and you don't realize that this stuff's catching up with you. And then you wake up one day and you can't breathe or you can't walk. And I have so many people come to the office and they say, they're 50 years old. I have no idea what happened. I've never had neck problems in my entire life before. And maybe we'll send them for an x-ray sometimes. We'll look at the x-ray and just arthritis galore. You're thinking, you may not think you had neck issues in the past, but this stuff has been building up for a long time. So usually that's what it is. It's something just slow and insidious. It's just kind of building up. And you have that threshold. Your body can handle a lot before you feel it, before it breaks.
Wow.
Just like a heart attack. You can clog your arteries 95% of the way and think you're doing fine right up
All of a
until
sudden,
you're not.
right.
So.
How often should people get adjusted for preventative maintenance? Because
Really,
that's pretty important too.
yeah, it really depends on what your activity level is. You know how, whether you played sports as a kid. Basically, what your habits are, and even genetics can play a role into that as well. I like to get adjusted every 2 weeks or so. I have people that come in. Well, if they're acute, people come in 2 or 3 times a week. I have people come in every week, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks. We have some guys that come in every 6 weeks. So, and then we have people that just wait until they can't walk, and then they'll come in for a set of adjustments, and then
That was me.
That was me.
That was me. That was me.
Honestly, that's most people. But it is nice to remediate the damage as it happens.
Yes.
That's the most comfortable way to live life. But, to each his own.
I remember when I was young and chiropractors were on the rise. I mean, they were starting to pop up everywhere, and I remember hearing a lot of people say that, oh, that's not real, that's not real.
Right.
You have to go see, an MD, but over the years, there is so much science behind
Tons.
just a huge amount, and people are just now flocking. But for those who are still, kind of worried, this is somebody cracking my neck, what are the risks? How do you work with someone who has never been and may have some apprehension?
Well, the biggest thing I hear all the time is, I love coming here. I feel so good when I leave. I like to get my mother in here, but she just doesn't believe in chiropractors. I mean, it's not a religion. You don't have to believe.
Right.
It's basically, like I said before, just remediation of problems as they happen, or if you're acute, come in and take care of it. And it doesn't require belief. We have so many different techniques, and we're just basically unraveling past damage. And so we have really gentle ways of what I did with you, flexion distraction, where we're just slowly pulling apart those joints of the lumbar spine, getting that motion back in there. A lot of what I do is soft tissue, so the scar tissue builds up in the soft tissues and the muscles and the ligaments, tendons, and just taking that out of there nice and easy, and getting the body to function again like it's supposed to. A lot of people are afraid of the neck adjustment, which I love. Most people,
It feels so good.
Most people love it, but some people, like you said, are really apprehensive of it. And if that's the case, you'll usually just take some time, do a lot of soft tissue work. You don't have to adjust everybody manually. We have other more gentler ways of doing it that have the same results. So.
We have a video. This is the tough part about my job. We videotaped me getting an adjustment. And we're going to go on ahead and show the video. We're going to talk over it, and you can tell us what exactly it is that you're doing.
Okay, so there we are in the office. Angeline just came in.
Decrease depression or discs.
Using my hands to describe what we're going to do in the low back. That's a flexion distraction table. And I do this to mostly everybody. It's just a really good way to
We usually do is a little bit of muscle work.
start up.
Here,
Well, I guess we did muscle work first. So we're just going to work on some trigger points, get the muscles relaxed, and it's a good way to. There we go.
That was a wonderful device.
That is a percussor. It works deeply into the muscles to get the blood flowing, loosen everything up so that we can get things moving. So that's the flexion distraction table there. Basically, we're strapping her ankles in there so she can't escape. And second of all, we just put in a gentle distraction into that lumbar spine, holding one in place and pulling the other vertebra away. It decreases the pressure in the discs between the vertebra, and it also relaxes the joints as well. So the more distance you can get, even just a tiny millimeter distance between the vertebra in the disc, is going to allow more room for the nerve roots. Any pressure you can get off the nerve roots, any inflammation you can calm down is a really good thing.
So you must have done really good in anatomy in high school.
Well,
I was terrible.
Anatomy was one of my favorite classes. We had a lot of cadavers we dissected, just look at people from the inside out. This is a thoracic adjustment, an upper back adjustment. If we listen.
Same thing, up higher in the thoracic region.
There we go.
Ah,
That's the good stuff.
It is amazing. I'm not even kidding. I got excited knowing it was coming.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
I love
All
it.
it is really is we're gonna
So I was just loosening up some muscles on your neck here, describing how the manual cervical adjustment works. We just move right along with the joint plane, so it's not like a Chuck Norris style thing. We're just putting a little motion in right with the joint, and yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And my arm fell down because I was so relaxed that I was almost asleep, that the arm just fell. I really, really loved the neck cracking, and afterward I could feel the difference. My head felt so light. I didn't feel like I had a lot of pressure on my
Right.
neck or my shoulders too. And my head felt, I don't know, it just felt like it was floating.
I love the feeling. It releases feel-good chemicals at the same time as it's restoring your function. There we go.
Okay, so this is the magic foam roller. When I went in to get my sciatic fixed, Nate had noticed that I had some tight T-bands, I think it was you
IT
said?
band, yep.
IT bands. And so he recommended a foam roller. Now this is one type, and I'm demonstrating how to use it, but this one is it's a little softer and a little easier.
Yes.
But if you were wondering
That's the one for sissies.
I have this one right here. This is the blue cylinder. And if you look at it, it has all these grooves, and then it's hard plastic in the inside. So this, the first time I used it, hurt like the dickens.
It's an acquired taste.
But eventually, when I do it after my workout, first of all, it loosens everything up. After I used it the first time, I could not believe the difference.
Sure.
And so I thought, okay, a little bit of pain to get this feeling. I had more flexibility. I could see a difference in especially in my legs. I did not realize just how tight they were. And this is great because I carry a lot of stress in between my shoulder blades. So doing this has been heaven sent. And after the first month, it just doesn't hurt me anymore.
It's a fantastic tool. I tell people, just something you can plop down right in front of your TV at night, spend 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes on it, and especially if you're a computer worker, just loosen up those thoracics for everybody. Just put some mobility in there. It's so easy.
We're at
tushy.
25 seconds. Tell us where you're located in
We're the
New Bern
tushy.
and how people can get in touch with you.
We're on the 3rd floor of the building that's across from the Harvey Mansion, 218 South Front Street. We're on the 3rd floor right above Dr. Han, the dentist. Website's coleschiro.com, COLESCHIRO.com. We're on Facebook. I got a YouTube channel up now.
Sweet.
Totally worth it.
If you
I'm
YouTube
just
Dr.
saying.
Nate Coles,
Do it.
trying to do all kind of cool stuff on there.